Good morning, good night, doctors, nurses, and pharmacists. I am Dr. J, and today we will discuss some very important writing tips. This is a live session on Facebook with many doctors, nurses, and pharmacists with us. So, if you people want to join us for free classes about writing, speaking, reading, all of the modules, you can join us on Facebook. Link is given below in the comments. So, if you need any, just like it. So, okay, just 1 minute, please. Okay, so if you need any kind of help, my WhatsApp number is given below, like my Facebook page for free classes. So let us read this sentence. Please note, Mr. Jones' mother has had asthma since childhood and his father died of lung cancer. Okay. Now, first of all, let us see if there is any grammatical mistake in this sentence. Let us see if there is any grammatical mistake in this sentence. Please note, Mr. Jones' mother has had asthma since childhood. Okay, and his father deceased of lung cancer. So instead of has had asthma, because this is just we want to mention the history, not patient's own history, mostly. So diseased far to disease of, we usually of, okay, diseased of. From no of, I think so of. Okay, so please note Miss Mother, Mr. Jones' mother, okay, has, even we don't need to mention childhood, has a history of asthma, and his father deceased of lung cancer. Okay, so this is a little bit typical style. Grammatically, it is not wrong. This one is grammatically not wrong, but this is a little bit typical style, typical OET style when you write your letters. Okay, so now let me, what I needed to discuss is, this is a TB patient who was diagnosed with TB and has been treated for his disease. Now he is being discharged back to his GP after treatment. Now my question is, this is a sentence taken from one of my students' letter. So my question is this sentence relevant in this letter or not? You are writing back to GP, patient has TB and he is being discharged, okay? He has been treated for TB in the hospital. Now you are sending back. Okay. Okay, Dr. Tatiana says it is not relevant to the reader. So why it is not relevant to the reader? He is having lung problem. Okay. He is having lung problem and his father also had lung problem and his mother also had lung problem. So somebody is asking, TB is genetic disorder. TB is not a genetic disorder. Okay. But when there is some history of any respiratory disease and patient is also having respiratory disease, so it can affect the evaluation. We need to think about other factors also. Okay, so if the same letter was a referral letter to a specialist to discuss patient's condition, then this part was important to mention. If you are writing, for example, you are GP, you are a nurse at GP clinic, or you are a GP yourself, and you are sending this patient to a pulmonologist. In that case, you need to mention this thing, because maybe patient, still we don't know the exact diagnosis. Maybe patient is having TB, maybe patient is having cough, with hemoptysis, and maybe this is a complication of asthma. Maybe there is what we can say, uh, pneumothorax. Patient is having history of these things, so it can be different things. So if it is a referral letter, then we will mention, and this is discharge letter. In case of discharge letter, patient has been already diagnosed, has already been treated for these things, so we don't need this sentence. You people can see the difference. If the same student is writing this letter in the real exam, even his English is good, but he will not get B grade. Okay, because he is writing irrelevant information. So this is important in your OET letters. It is important to know which relevant information, how to organize the information, relevant or irrelevant information. Okay, your English should be good. Okay, average is enough. But overall, all of these things matter, and you should present the information coherently, well organized. All of these things are very important. Okay. So let us move to the next sentence. This is a live session on Facebook. You people, if you are watching us on YouTube, so if you want to join us for daily free classes, you can like my page. Link is given below. So now let us read this sentence. Let me make it a little bit bigger. On examination, a chest with scatter rays and cachexia were noted. Can any doctor or a nurse can point out? You people know I go a little bit slow. But it is very important that you absorb the information. I can give a lot of information in 1 hour, but at the end, you will not go with anything, learned. So just you will just be participating and then you will forget. So if we go slow by slow, and you absorb the information, you process the information in your mind, so it was better. That is why I ask question. I ask you to participate so that we can improve. Okay. On examination, a chest with scatter rays and cachexia were noted. Is there any mistake in this sentence, or it is okay? A very interesting sentence. I hope nobody will tell me what is the problem here. So you people not participating actively, please participate actively. So on examination, a chest with scatter rails and cachexia were noted. Any problem in this sentence? He presented a chest. No, Dr. Tatiana, he presented a chest. No way. So you are saying that we should write on examination. Sorry, let me copy and paste. So you are saying on examination, he presented a chest with scatter rails and other things. So this is not good. Anybody else can point out any significant mistake here? So first of all, okay, let us see grammatical mistake. Okay, grammatical mistake. A chest with, this is very important. This is scattering. No, Dr. Manal, scattering. No. Only Dr. Manal and Dr. Tatiana is going to participate actively. Other people are not going to participate. Okay, no problem. So on examination, a chest with scatter rails and cachexia were noted. So first of all, let us see at subject verb agreement error. Okay, subject verb agreement error. Okay, can anybody point out what is subject verb agreement error? Subject verb agreement error is, for example, if the subject is singular or plural and we are writing the, we are using a verb opposite. Okay, for example, if I say he go to school, they goes to school. This is subject verb agreement. So here the subject is he and the verb is according to plural. So this is wrong. Here the subject is plural and the verb is according to singular. So this is wrong. So subject verb agreement error. Do you understand? Everybody understands what is subject verb agreement error on Facebook? Just to mention, this is a live session on Facebook. If anybody wants to join us for this session, just like my page. So when I go online, you will get notification. Mostly I go online on the same time. Okay. Subject verb agreement error. Okay. So why? Okay. So here, why there is subject verb agreement? So now you say, what is subject verb agreement error? Okay. Why? A chest. How many chests are there? A chest. Okay. So let me copy one more time here. Oh, it is okay. A chest with scattered rails and cachexia were noted. Actually, we are noticing the chest. Okay. Our subject here, our subject according to which we will use, the verb is a chest, a chest, a chest, a chest, a chest with anything else was noted. Okay. With anything was noted. Okay. You people can see when we have a little bit long subject, then you people make mistakes of subject verb agreement error. Okay. So for example, today I was marking one nursing letter. So I was giving example to the student, the same mistake was similar mistake. Okay. Okay, let us see. Mr. Smith with his friends are going to London. Okay. Okay. So Mr. Smith with his friends are going to London. Let me now think about any other mistake, any other sentence. Uh, Students with their English teacher is going to London. Okay, please see and these things. These are very, very important. You people keep, the problem with your preparation is you need very easy tips and tricks, but you don't work on your basics and your base level. So if your base is strong, then you can easily pass the exam. So work on your base. Okay. So Mr. Smith with his friends are going to London. Students with their English teacher is going to. So English teacher is going to London. Okay. English teacher is going to London. So you can see English teacher is going to London. This one. And friends are going to. So this is the subject verb agreement. English teacher is going to London and here friends are going to London. Okay. So if you are primary school student or high school student, then this grammar is okay for you. Okay. Now let me tell you the rule. Okay. Let me tell you the rule. Then you will decide whether it is correct or not. When subject one plus with accompanied with or something similar plus subject to. Okay, then we need to use verb. The verb here should be according to first subject in the list. Okay, first subject in the list, first subject in the list. Okay, subject one plus with or accompanied with plus subject two plus verb. Okay, then complete sentence. So here we need to write the verb according to first subject. Now let us see here. Mr. Smith with his friends. What is the first subject? Mr. Smith. Okay, so Mr. Smith with his friends. Subject verb should be according to first. So Mr. Smith is singular. So is going. Is going. Okay, so this is wrong. This is wrong. And it should be is going to London. Now here in this sentence, students with their English teacher is going. So here, so the first subject here is students, plural. So students are going. Here can be anything else. Here can be anything else, but the main subject is students. Okay, so students, with their accompanied with their teacher are going to. So students are going with donkey, with monkey. Okay, with everything, but they are doing. Okay, they are going. They are going. The nothing else is important. Subject verb agreement problem. So nothing is important here. The main first one is important. Okay. So give me 1 or 2 minutes. I need to see a patient. I'm coming back and we will continue. Okay. Just. Okay. Thank you. So let us resume. So here, so let us see what was the sentence in our letter. Okay. On examination, a chest with scattered rays and cachexia were noted. You people will correct it yourself. So what should be here the verb, or what should be the changes here? What is wrong here? So a chest with scattered rays and cachexia and donkey and monkey, whatever it can be here. So subject should be according to the first part. A chest was noted. Okay, a chest was noted. Now let us move to another very important point. Very important. Okay. So even now it is grammatically okay. On examination, a chest with scattered rails and cachexia was noted. Okay. Even now grammatically it is okay, but this is not clinical language. This is not clinical and typical language that we use in our medical language, medical English. So this is not typical style. Cachexia is being, weak and, lean and thin. This is like cachexia. So you are not seeing cachexia in only chest. Chest with cachexia, no. So chest is a little bit separate thing. And a chest with scattered rails is not usually used like this. Okay, so we need to improve our medical language here. Scattered rails were noted, were auscultated, were noted. Okay, were found, were auscultated. Okay, so were found, were auscultated, were present. So it can be anything like this. Okay, scattered rails were noted on his chest auscultation. And no, cachexia is something separate, not in the test. Cachexia is over general condition of the patient, and he had cachexia or he was cachectic. So there are different word adjectives like this. Okay, he had cachexia, he was cachectic. So there are different ways. Okay, now this is typical medical language, and this is just we have just joined 3 or 4 words together and you are writing. This is typical. Scatter rays were noted on his chest auscultation, or scatter rays were found on his chest auscultation, and he had cachexia. So like this. So there are different ways to improve. I have a lot of, when I write my own samples, so I give a lot of options to my students. So you can see even this one is grammatically okay. Mostly, uh, so new students, new doctors, and some nurses make these type of mistakes. So you need to use typical medical language. Okay, medical language. Okay, so before we move to the next part, so this is a live session on Facebook with many nurses and doctors. So if you want to join us for free sessions, just like my page, and my WhatsApp number is given below in the comments. So if you need any kind of help regarding OET, you can contact me. So now let us move to the next video, and at the end we will do some reading, uh, uh, you know, exam also, reading sample.